And we're live. We're down a member today, though, which is going to be kind of weird. I wanted Damien to be here today because I had a topic that I wanted to bring up. And now that he's not here, I have to change my topic. It's going to make me
Oh,
sad.
so
Yep.
close and yet so far.
And the opening Hoya would have been nice if he was here. You know.
I got you. You ready? My voice
Oh,
is a little
God.
off today.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
There we go.
Oh my God. Welcome to the SKWADcast EP2, everybody. I am your host, Ninja Twan, aka Antoine, with my current co-hosts for today. It is Reverie, Lulu Soul, and Kami Senpai. And we're gonna be hanging out today, talking about random stuff as usual, and taking questions, comments, concerns, topics. I hope you guys did come up with some good topics. I came up with a really good one. It's actually more of a game than a topic. And I kind of described to Corey what it was like without giving him the information of the actual topic. So this should be really interesting to see if we can figure out what's going on. Yes?
Point. Change your category.
I
You're
was
right.
wondering if I should mention that or not.
No. 100%. Because...
Well, yeah, people would have been like, "What if Final Fantasy yet?"
right, exactly. That's usually
I was
how
here
it
for
goes.
some mount grinding. What's going on?
Oh, no,
Fun fact, something similar happened to me yesterday.
Not mount grinding. Not mount grinding. Never again.
What? I love mount grinding.
So me too, except we wait, is talk or talk
Just
shows and
chatting?
podcasts?
Oh,
No, it's talk shows and
okay.
podcasts. No, so our free company has an actual mount grinding at night group, and they have a daytime group. And when they mount grind, it's real serious. Like they are in there to win, and like usually it's unsynced stuff for the easy stuff, and then we go into like the harder raids and stuff later on in the night. But like it's literally just hours of beating your head up against the wall until you get your mount right. So it can get a little tedious, but that's neither here or there. I want to start the episode off as I'd like to from here on out with what are we playing? And me and James have not changed. Corey, on the other hand, would you like to tell us what you've been playing?
I've hopped back on the Final Fantasy grind, leveling my leather worker. You got to do it for the drip, man. What's good, Bigums? I see you're here today.
Yep. So leatherworking, do you plan on going back to actually playing the game, or are you going to keep...
All right. We're gonna actually play the game at some point.
at some point? Okay.
I got to go back to leveling some deeps. We'll see if I continue with Samurai, see if we switch it up. Samurai's farthest along, so I should just level that, honestly.
I mean, it's not bad to try other things, right? And then see if you like it a little bit more.
We got to be a master of many.
Yeah. Unfortunately, level
Pokemon.
level 70 is like where things kind of get fun. So if you can't get it there, you're just never gonna get that.
All right. We're almost there though. We're at 58, I think, when I last checked.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. All right, Lulu. I know you've been playing Pokemon Unite. Anything else?
Actually, I made a return to Final Fantasy 14 last night.
Hey.
Yeah. There we go. That's what I like to hear. Bringing the whole squad in with us.
I'm trying to get used to the keyboard. It's wild.
Yeah, I had the same issue.
I mean, you can plug in a controller if you guys want to play with controller.
Nah.
Nah. I
Personally, I wouldn't recommend it. However,
This is
you're one
now-
of those people that like to play with controller. The Xbox controller works just like the PlayStation one.
You can also use the PlayStation controller.
Yeah, you can also use You can use PlayStation 2, PlayStation 5. You can use random Switch controllers.
Yep.
Anything you can Bluetooth or plug in. Wiggly in the chat. This is now a Final Fantasy 14 podcast. So here's my suggestion. Because is this your first time using mouse and keyboard for Final Fantasy?
Yes, and I've like remapped it a little bit, which is also a problem because there are like I don't know how to get on my mount.
Oh,
And
So-
then like I figured out how to do it manually, and I'm flying and I'm having a great time, right? And then I realized I can't get down,
yeah.
I think
so I'm
What
just
the-
stuck in the sky before
control space, I think, is the key binding.
It
to-
is
to come down.
actually the delete button.
Oh,
You can
So-
do that too. You can also hold Z button, and it auto flies you down, and then it will
Mhm.
jump you off.
The easiest way to do it, Lulu, right, on your hotbars, just especially if you like, because I use mount roulette. If you put the mount roulette or a mount icon on your hotbar, and while you're flying, you just click the mount icon, it'll auto land you. If you click it again, it'll hop you off. If you click it again, it'll put you on. So just having that on there will make it like it's a seamless 3-step process.
Well, that's good.
Good. You're gonna say
I
something?
wouldn't say 3 steps.
Yeah. You can land,
One
you can
button.
get off, you can get on with one button. 3 step.
close enough.
I see the wheels turning.
It's like, I guess that works.
I haven't tried
Wig-
to press the button while I'm in the air, so
Yeah,
I don't see it work.
if you stop holding forward and click the mount button while you're in the air, you will come down to the ground. What I will say, and I know some people are going to be controller focused, and that's fine. There are a couple of reasons why using a controller isn't optimal. And it's always that whole like, oh, mouse and keyboard versus controller, whatever. I get it. It's all preference, right? It's preference for everybody. I've played with both. I have a PlayStation 5 account for my game, and I have it on my PC. When I played with the controller for a little bit, it reminded me of Final Fantasy 11, where you can macro buttons and stuff like that to your key maps on your controller, and it's fun. It's not bad. The only thing that I would say, and you see it a lot when it's controller players, is controller latency, which you can visibly see in the game when people are walking, moving. Like the people that are walking in place and they look like their legs are still moving, but they're not going anywhere, controller player. 100% easy to tell who they are. And James has found out that they run off ledges real freaking easy because like it's super easy to run
Sometimes,
off a cliff when you're using a controller. It's definitely not difficult at all.
Yeah, trying to do a cloud deck that night was horrible. Half of the people were console players, and they just kept walking right through the teleporter, right into the
I will have to see if he
wide
has
open blue.
taken any
So-
videos of it. But my husband is a controller player, and he is way too good at jump puzzles for his own fucking good.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
So I want to find like one of his videos if he took it and just send it to you guys and be like, remember, he's on a
Oh,
I need him
controller.
to
Well,
log
the
into
thing
my
is that-
account and do all the jump puzzles.
No, see, the thing is with the controller, I agree. A jump puzzle situation would be easier because one, you have better pressure sensitivity with the controller than you do with the keyboard. So pushing a button to jump and do something, 100% easier than spamming spacebar and W on the keyboard. Because most keyboards have sensors, right? That go, oh, 2 buttons are being pressed at the same time. Is this a macro? No. Is this something else? Yes. And then what happens is you press spacebar and W to go forward, and you don't go forward. You just jump straight up because your keyboard's like, hey, wait, there's a dual input here. I don't understand that. So with the controller, jump puzzles 100% easier. I will give you the credit on that one.
Yeah, because
Alright.
it's either you got full percent forward on a keyboard or
Or 0%, right?
So
Except
if you jump at just the right time, it does just a half jump.
Razer's coming out with a gas pedal keyboard where
I've
it does
got
have.
the Logitech. If I press it only halfway, it counts in games, or some games will count it as a half push.
Nah, dude,
I have
gas
no
pedal.
clue if it works in this game though. So
They said we want to allow you to play racing games on a keyboard, and I'm fucking in on it, dude. Let's go.
No, bro. We got whole racing wheels for that.
Right. No, we do. You're right. We do. But you know what I
Well,
mean. Like, if I want to move slower or faster,
No.
it'll make it easier.
yeah,
Like in any
Also,
game.
Boost Rev
I
and
did.
Wiggly has redeemed an in-game action. He wants to ban Rev for 5 minutes. No talking.
Oh,
What?
well. All right, server ban.
Hey.
For
All
what?
right,
Yep.
so 5 minutes, no talking. Sorry, Rev. That's what Wiggly wants, bro.
Wait, he wants it, but he's been like he can't type things.
he's typing in the
He's
chat.
been
Yeah.
timed out.
No.
Wiggly's a
Bans your
mod
in-game
also.
action, bro.
So what there is, James, is in the channel. There are points that are redeemable, and if you have enough, you can redeem certain actions. So he redeemed the ban someone for 5 minutes, and I guess he targeted you.
That was smooth targeted. So good old 5-minute mute.
Well, in that case,
Sorry, James. It's
son
what the
of a
chat. The chat has decided.
Okay, so Bigum says rip. All right, that's what we've been playing. What have we been watching? TV shows, anything. We'll come back to you, James, I promise, okay? And James is doing jump puzzles anyway, so he doesn't even care what's happening.
Gotta
He's
focus.
like, exactly. He's focused on this, on getting this mount in Final Fantasy. Oh, I see a cat. Void kitty. All right, Lulu, what have you been watching recently?
I just marathoned Wonder Egg Priority.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Let's
You know,
hear
like
a little.
instead of all the shows you guys suggested last week.
Yeah. Of course.
I mean, that's normal.
Go ahead and give us the synopsis of the show.
All right, so I wrote it down actually, but I don't have it on me anymore. The best way to summarize this show, but with as little spoilers as possible, teenage girls discover that they can save their friends from suicide by throwing down an egg in a parallel universe. It turns into another girl, and then she has to protect the girl in the parallel universe.
That's wild. I'm confused.
It's very confusing. That's the okay. So there might be
the eggs are girls that have already committed suicide.
yes. So basically,
So they're already dead.
the non-joking concept of it is your main character, her friend commits suicide, and the show starts after that happens, and this glowing bug thing is like, hey, I can bring your friend back to life, but you have to take this egg and go to sleep, and then you have to throw it on the ground and crack it open. I can't get over that. But basically, each time they dream, they have to keep effectively a suicide victim safe, and you learn a little bit about it. And the first several episodes are fantastic.
I fixed Rev's microphone, guys. I already increased his volume. He just cannot talk right now because he's been timed out by somebody. So his mic is fine. Everybody, we can relax. I promise. So comments real quick on the show. First off, that sounds wild as hell. It does, like you had mentioned, does sound like it could be the plot of a Persona movie. You were not, or a Persona game, so you weren't wrong about that. I 100% agree. That sounds like something that Persona could be written off of.
I can see a game.
So I guess my question is, on the scale of Madoka Magica to Fruits Baskets, how cutesy is this thing?
The girls are like waifu cute.
Okay.
But
yeah,
it's
I like
more the animation is beautiful.
Okay.
Like art style reminds me a little bit, it's more cartoony than this, but like Your Lie in April.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Like it's beautiful art style. God, the animation is actually pretty breathtaking.
No, you're breathtaking.
I like what you did there.
But just how cutesy.
Is it wholesome? What was that show? The Moon Show with the
Tony Kaku.
Yeah, did you watch Tony Kaku? That's wholesome. Oh God, you didn't watch Tony Kaku?
I didn't.
It's
Oh, man.
super
Oh,
super
man.
wholesome.
It's like Your Lie in April without the bad stuff.
Okay, so Wonder Egg Priority is wholesome like Your Lie in April is wholesome.
Oh,
I don't know,
So-
man. James' smirk and laugh says otherwise. And you said waifu, so
Yeah, they're waifus. I'm sorry, they're waifu. They're baby waifus, but they're waifus.
they could be waifus.
lollies.
But I forgot what I was gonna say. It's gone.
Sorry, I apologize. Okay, so we got to make a deal. I will watch the show from beginning to end, but you need to start slime.
Deal. Though I will warn you, about the time where James said that he stopped watching, that's the highlight. The show is complete, but they started adding in these plot lines towards the end of it that they never bothered to wrap up.
Oof.
Ooh. So
So
you're telling me it's like kind of incomplete. I'll give it a shot. I mean, that's fine. I'll still give it a shot, but I need you to start slime.
Okay.
Because this is one of those shows that you're going to start like I would recommend my friends watch this with their kids. There are a couple of points in the show where it's like, oh, hey, this can be like slightly questionable, but it's like Shrek questionable. They won't understand really what's going on. Like, otherwise, the show is very, very good. It's got good comedy, good action, great storylines, great villains. Trust me, watch it, and then we will meet in the middle and we'll talk about both of them.
all right, I've seen the first like 3 episodes.
Nice.
Oh, keep it
Nice.
going. It only gets better from there.
Yeah. My boy Veldora.
Oh man.
Corey, what have you been watching?
So yesterday or the day before yesterday, I was watching Cults and Extreme Beliefs again.
Oh no.
Went to finish that. It's what baby girl wanted to watch. I enjoy crime shows. If you like learning about cults, and maybe having some interesting conversations with your friends later, definitely go ahead and give it a watch.
What was the most recent one you watched? Are they single episodes of different stories, or is it one?
Yeah, it's single episodes, different stories, but the season on Hulu ends with the survivors talking for the last 2 episodes. So one of them was about Jehovah's Witness. Some of them was about the United Nation of Islam, which is different from the Nation of Islam. Nexium was the first one, I think, and they talked about First Latter-day Saints as well. So it's a couple different ones.
Yeah, I think
What's it called?
Cults and Extreme Beliefs is the one on Hulu. There are a couple different ones around Hulu and Netflix, though.
Yeah, that show is pretty wild. I think we watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah,
Like
the
the
first
Mormons one. Oh my gosh.
it was like you're like, oh, hold on.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Mormons one
y'all are really
was
out
crazy.
here doing weird stuff.
What's crazy is like I went to school in Virginia Beach and I know Mormons. Like I have a few friends that I grew up with that were Mormons, and they don't fit the mold of what I saw in that show. Reverie would know Zachary Anderson, and a couple of our other friends were Mormons, and
Well, yeah,
like
they're technically different from some of the Latter-day Saints
yeah,
sects that they talk about. So that's why I'm like, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. They don't fit that mold.
Yeah, it's just crazy because like when you watch the Mormon episode, like you're like, oh, these are the people I used to hang out with. Shit, I might have been in trouble. All right, I think we can let Rev off timeout. What have you been watching, bro?
Oh, we've been watching Iron Fist still.
That show's
It's not
so
too bad.
It's pretty bad.
No, it's not too bad. Like I've mainly been watching it when I'm doing like the MSQ and stuff like that. So it's kind of background noise for
I was
me.
about to say, so you're listening
But
to
when
it.
so when I catch it, it's not too bad. We did see, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, the sixth season of Lucifer just hit.
Yeah, I gotta start that.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna dive into that. Probably right after this. Probably. I don't know. I just remembered about it. And then of course I watched the first 6 episodes of the show Lulu.
Wonder Egg Priority.
Yeah, Wonder Egg. Yeah. So, which I wouldn't say it's wholesome in any way, shape, or form.
That's why I paused, because
like
it's more pure than wholesome.
There's a lot of blood.
Well, it's also violent.
Well, yeah, it's about
It's
suicide.
very
That's
violent.
That's understandable.
Like the premise is around suicide and saving those who have already died, but the way you go about saving them is very brutal. Let's say
very surrealistic horror at times.
Yes.
Oh no! Hell yeah, that's right up my alley. Then
Yeah,
that's all you had to say.
Yeah.
now I am functionally in. Like, let's go. I'm all about it now. Horror? Oh, that's say less. Say
like,
less.
First episode went from 0 to 60 and like
it really did. I almost stopped watching it.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
yo, what? So
I can't do this.
So I need to watch the first episode tonight. Is what you're saying? All right.
So
all right.
we'll have to queue it up. We'll queue it up. So I was thinking about last week and how we did do reactions, right? And me and Kami are going to kind of talk about it more, because when you think about reactions, like we were talking about maybe doing like Reddit, Twitter, and stuff like that, it's a little bit difficult because then we're just like scrolling random Twitters and random lists, and it takes forever, and videos are just typically easier. So we'll do something more of the lines of like maybe meme reactions and stuff next week, which would be fantastic. I'm super excited about it. But instead, because we had some news happen in the last couple of days pertaining to video games, I wanted to talk about geez, man, Final Fantasy's on the brain. I almost slipped that. I almost slipped it right in there again. I want to talk about
from that yet.
Right, you're right. I want to talk about the PlayStation games previews. Okay. I kind of want to talk a little bit about what we saw, what we liked, what we didn't like, what are we expecting, and that can even go into other things, like, because there are other games coming out here near future, like I would say Halo's coming out. I don't want this to seem like it's just a Sony section or whatever, but that was the most recent thing that we had, other than what Gamescom a couple of weeks. So I'll propose the question like this: what is a game you're excited for other than Endwalker in the end of 2021, and what is the game you think is going to fail?
Like, I'm trying to remember what games were up there.
So I'll go first. I'll go first to kind of get it started. My most anticipated game, and it's purely because I've been waiting for this game to come out for a long time, is Back 4 Blood. The game, it's not, well, I'd say two things. I'll let the other one go and I'll talk about it later. But I've been waiting for a new Left 4 Dead game for, I don't know what, near 10 years, and I got to play the beta, and that game just hit when I needed it. I played the beta. There's only one mission set you can do. I probably played 5 hours of just that mission, because there's so many different ways you can augment the way things work and have fun. The game that I think that's going to come out and be bad, and I'm not even going to mention Halo because we already know that's like a crapshoot. My failure is going to be the Wolverine game. I have no confidence at all right now in that game. And you want to know why? Because we've had Wolverine games before and there's never been a good one.
All right.
Wait, hold on. I'll caveat that. Marvel vs. Capcom.
All right. I'm going to disagree with you on that, mainly because
Because you're a fanboy? Yeah, no.
Well, a little bit of that, but mainly because it's Insomniac that's going to be developing it.
But they're due for a failure. They're 100% due for a failure, and we don't want them to fail.
I can't disagree with that part, but since it's Insomniac and they did very well with what they had for Spider-Man, and they have just as much that they can do with Wolverine, I don't think it's going to be a complete crapshoot.
But isn't that the problem, though? Haven't we had that happen before, where we've had one studio make different IPs of the same game,
Yeah,
and it's literally just Spider-Man with a Wolverine skin? I'm very worried. Like, no, you have no clue. I am like, I really want this game to be good, right? Like, my hype level is up there. But then, like, I thought about it, and I was like, and you're making Spider-Man 2 at the same time?
Well, we don't know anything about the game, really.
But that, like,
snippet.
But that's the problem, right?
Like, it could be 4 years away. I mean,
I would argue that Spider-Man in a Wolverine suit would actually be Deadpool.
I agree. That's 100% Deadpool. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You fucking got me there.
Oh, man.
It's not right, but it's not wrong. You know,
there's so many things wrong with it, but yeah, you can't argue. What was that meme from Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Like, he's an asshole, but he's got a point.
Yeah.
That's my problem, is that I feel like it would be like watching Naughty Dog, right, make a new IP today. Like, it's either going to be Uncharted or it's going to be the other game. And I think having different studios make different Marvel games is great, because you get different types of games. Like, now they're going to be like, oh yeah, open world, we're going to be in fucking Canada, cool. And then watch, you're going to be able to climb on walls with your claws. And then, you know what I mean?
Like, that's a thing he does.
It is, but it's too close to Spider-Man. A little too close.
But you'll actually be able to see blood and kick and like rip people apart in this game, probably. You can't kick somebody off of a roof in Spider-Man because they automatically get saved. They're not getting auto-saved in Wolverine's game. They're falling off this building.
But is this new Marvel, or is this do what you want Marvel?
Touche.
Right. Right. So that's my thing. Like, I really have high hopes for it, but I also at the same time believe that like the multipliers of negative that will come with it are a little bit too high. The expectations are too high, right? It's Wolverine. It's the first new MCU Wolverine game, right? And it's being made by the Spider-Man creators. Like, it's worrisome. All right. Next up, who wants to take it?
I'll go next.
All right.
My most hyped game, Tiny Tina's.
Oh, yes.
Can't wait. And then I would say a close section or second is the Project Eve.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been kind of keeping my eye on since their first like teaser trailer, like I want to say like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
The one that I'm expecting to have failure is actually Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, I can see that. Man, Star Wars games have been so bad. Other than like the what was the most recent one?
Fallen Order.
Yeah.
And that's because Respawn made that. That's why that was good.
And you know, to be fair, like, despite the fact that we kind of fell off pretty quick, Squadrons was an excellent game. I think Squadrons was an excellent Star Wars game. It just didn't have enough. But I agree with James. That's a good call, 100%.
Wiggly in the chat says he's worried that it won't be able to live up to the original at all.
But so
what you're going to do with the remake? I mean, are they going to just up the graphics? Or are they going to do like a Final Fantasy VII type of thing where they're really going in and making it true to what it used to be, but with amazing graphics in comparison to then? Or are they
doing a remake or a remaster?
Yeah, well, it's coming up as a remake.
Here's the problem with that, right? Like, You have to
So-
expect they're going to do the most cost-effective thing. You always have to expect it's going to be the most cost-effective thing. So graphics, probably better audio, visuals, and then they're going to make it 4K and all that stuff. I'm not going to expect them to change anything. To be fair, can I ask a follow-up? Would people like it if they did change things? Is the question.
No.
That's the problem. People just
I don't think
want
they would.
that game.
It depends on what they change. Like,
But that's
obviously, there's a
Crap.
spectrum.
Yeah,
Like, if you
crapshoot, right?
change up, like, if you keep the crafting system in SOTOR, or Knights of the, whatever. If you keep the crafting system that was there, awesome. I think the leveling system needs to be tweaked a little bit.
Are you thinking SOTOR
Compared
or are
to-
you thinking Knights of the Old Republic? You got the games
Like-
crossed.
No,
Not
Knights of the Old Republic. It's the single player campaign
Yeah.
thing.
yeah.
I played that and the second one, and I think the leveling needs to be tweaked a little bit.
Oh.
Combat was pretty good. I mean, obviously, what they're doing with graphics is going to update combat to an extent too. But
You just have to understand that they re-released that game recently.
yeah, I know
People are playing. Yeah, people are playing that game, the low-res version of it, right now
Yeah,
because that's their favorite thing. Like that's like saying, "Hey, we're gonna go get Mario 1, and then we're gonna fundamentally turn it into Mario Galaxy." Like people would probably hate that.
Well-
You know what I mean?
well, I want to see what they do with combat, because if I remember correctly, I haven't turned on the game in a while, but in Knights of the Old Republic, the first one, you had somewhat of a turn-based option as far as combat. In the second one, they changed it up even further to be kind of more of an action-based. And that's what I want to see what they're going to do. Are they going to make it kind of like the MMO they put out, or is it going to be more action-based, turn-based? What is it going to go on with that?
Well, it's not. I don't think it's EA doing it, is it? I don't even think it's EA. So
no,
it
it's
wouldn't be like
Aspire.
SOTOR. Yeah,
It's
so
Aspire?
it'll be
So-
nothing like any game you played, or it's going to be exactly like the game you played.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, I 100% agree with you. Like that is definitely a game that will live or die based off of how they appease their fans. 100%.
Mhm.
All right. Next.
And right now, there's nothing to go off of.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Corey or Lulu, who wants it?
Go ahead, Lou.
Honestly,
I
it's
sent you a
not really.
link if you want to look through the games.
Well, it doesn't have to be PlayStation. That's what I
It
said.
doesn't
like-
have to be PlayStation.
no, I didn't want to
Um,
limit it to that.
Then I guess the game I'm looking forward to the most is honestly a Switch game. The Pokemon Arceus, I think.
My
Okay.
girl.
No, it's a good pickup. I'm definitely there with you on that one.
The one that I think is gonna fail is probably the Rainbow Six game.
Oh, really? How
Extraction?
come?
Because the most recent one didn't do great.
Ooh. So let me put you on the history here. Rainbow
Alright.
Six Siege is the most successful shooter to date next to COD and Battlefield. And it's
Yeah.
actually more successful to COD because they have ESL contracts. The thing about Extraction, and trust me, I also believe that this game can fail because it's going to live or die again based off of the fan base. Extraction was a game mode in Rainbow Six Siege that came up, I think, during a Halloween season where you could go in with friends. It was like horde-based combat, and then you can get like some skins and stuff for your characters. So they decided to take that and extrapolate it into its own kind of game. So I have the same kind of feeling that, like you said, it could fail, but Rainbow Six Siege as a whole is pretty huge. But I could see that failing as well because I mean, like a lot of Tom Clancy games haven't done as well as they should have done in the most recent iterations of their games. So,
Well,
yeah.
they're heavily based on gameplay and mechanics, whereas like COD is just run around and shoot people.
Oh yeah, oh for sure.
So, like, there's a very wide gap in how COD makes their games and Rainbow Six. And I
Oh yeah.
personally like Rainbow Six a little bit better, but at the same time, it frustrates me because I suck at the game. So,
To let you
like,
know,
if you see
Lulu.
someone first, you win. So
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those things.
It depends. To be fair, Lulu, like it's understandable. I have friends that are huge into gaming, huge into FPS games, and they think Rainbow Six has always just been bad. And then I show them statistics, and they're like, "Oh, holy shit! Like I had no idea." Wiggly can attest. I ran a platinum Siege ranked team, and like I think personally that it's fun and engaging, but I also believe that Rainbow Six Siege is very boring in a way. It's very much like League of Legends. It's like League of Legends and Overwatch, except Overwatch has more game modes. So you have, you pick your hero, you have your ability, and then you have to fight the other team in this limited space, and that's essentially the game. So, yes, a lot of people don't like Siege, but the community for Siege is gigantic. Corey. Oh, sorry, what? I didn't mean to cut you off, Lulu. What was that?
I was just gonna say, if I'm honest, if also I've never played the Rainbow Six games, so all I know is hearsay.
Yeah, yeah. So the
Yeah, it's
original
bigger in
Rainbow
Europe than it is here in the US too.
and Brazil, like it's huge in Hispanic countries too. Rainbow Six itself only has a few games, and it was Rainbow Six Vegas and one other game, which were tactical like RTS games almost with shooter mixed in. This is their kind of like FPS competitive shooter, so it's different, but it ended up doing as well as Vegas, but Vegas has been so far removed that
That was on a 360 and PS2, man.
yeah, it's been a long time since we've gotten one of those games. But Extraction is one of those games that like the other two that we talked about, right? They're just crapshoots.
Yeah,
Like they want to put more content out there.
let's see what we can get with this.
Yeah. All right, Corey.
For me, coming up this year specifically, Forza Horizon 5. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
am I sad that it's not in Japan like we thought we were going to get
So,
from some of the concepts? Yes. But do I think being in Mexico is going to be fantastic? Yes. Like, just off of the gameplay, it looks like it's going to be great. I enjoyed the off-road racing aspect a lot more than the road racing, which I know is the opposite of y'all. So I'm gonna love it. I already
No,
know
I
I
like
am.
the off road, so
The off-road was just so
I
much more
love
fun to me than the road racing in 4. But
so
go ahead. What you
I'm
got?
real pissed. I'm real pissed about Japan, dog. I'm so pissed.
The
I'm
drift
I'm
happy
so
it's not
pissed.
Japan.
The drift
So
scene would have been crazy.
That's
Not
what
gonna
because
lie.
we never because like that's the thing, right? Like I'm always like, oh man, I'm gonna soup up the Subaru and I'm gonna ride around town, and I just end up drifting by myself because everybody's like, nah, I'm good, man.
No.
Let's just get on
We
this.
don't
Let's
get
just
that no more.
get.
Maybe next time, or even if we got, I'm interested to see because we always get a crazy expansion. Like you get one good expansion, and then you get one that's just out of nowhere.
Hot
And
Wheels,
yeah,
Lego.
3 it was Hot
it
Wheels,
was
4
amazing.
it was Lego. So I want to see what toys franchise we go with this time. And that's my most look forward to. And then the hardcore one that we got Fortune Island in 4. So where do we go with this one?
Fortune
We're
Island had
in
some dope
Mexico now.
drifts
Yeah,
and
let's see
off-roading.
what happens.
My buddy was so thankful for that island.
All right, because you're bro,
So
man,
amazing.
the amount of skill points that I got off of that island is
Bro,
ridiculous.
can I ask you a question?
Uh,
What's the over/under that we get a Trump's wall race?
oh, bro,
Oh no!
if there's not one already in 4 for the Super 7, you already know.
Can we get a
It's
drug
coming.
runner? Can we get a drug runner race or something? You know what I mean?
Guarantee you that people are already planning out on how to do it.
Like when you're driving and then suddenly you like go underground into tunnels and shit to get under the wall to like get across the
let's
border.
go.
Man, that would
Going through the Andes doing that
would be sick. Would be so sick. I'm really hype for the game as well.
I'm going
I wanted the
to
imports,
go in.
man. I wanted to race the imports.
I mean, you're gonna get the imports.
Mexico
Just
doesn't
matter
have a
of when
car.
you want to get them.
But it's not the same car scene, dog. Like I wanted.
Dude, I mean, Mexico's got Chevy and Ford. So
we're
I mean,
about to
So
be going
nothing that I want to drive. Yeah, you're right.
Bro,
You're
come on,
right.
just think about the lowriders we're about to be driving, man. It's about to be great.
That's even worse. You mean every car is gonna have a lift kit on it?
Yep.
Fucking 46-inch rims on a Cadillac? Nah, bro, I'm good.
No. We don't do that. What I'm not looking forward to, maybe Deathloop for real. Yeah, like it doesn't look like it's
I
gonna
feel
be
like
it's gonna be something you play a lot.
absolute fail.
Yeah, like
Wait.
literally, I think if you get it done in one run, you will never touch the game ever again.
I'm sorry, Mister. What game?
Deathloop, which happens to come out tomorrow.
So here's the thing about Deathloop that I kind of want to give it a shot because it reminds me of the other two games.
Dishonored, because it's
Dishonored.
the same dev. It's the same
Well,
dev.
I mean,
That's the only reason.
Right.
You're gonna be playing Dishonored with a black dude.
The thing is that they also have the PvP element and the possible co-op element as
Yeah,
well.
with the female assassin. Yeah.
Right. And I think the loops are kind of like it's almost like a Returnal, right? We watched gameplay on
Yeah, a little
Returnal.
bit.
It's essentially roguelike but in a FPS game. And that was my thing, right? I said like somebody's going to beat it the first run and then they're like
You never
how
need
to
to
beat
touch it ever again.
how to beat Deathloop in 25 minutes or something like that. And I'm going to be pissed because I'm going to be like on run 89 and like nowhere closer to beating the game.
Exactly. You're like, bruh.
Right.
And then I have an honorable mention. At this point, Ghostwire Tokyo. Yes, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
But we've been waiting so long. And you're just like, and then what they showed of it, I was like, bruh, this looks pretty much the same as what you showed us 4 years ago. So did y'all really do anything with it?
Well,
So like, yeah, we'll give it a shot, but like, at the same time,
I'm gonna go back to Wiggly in the chat. His question was, he said, Rainbow Six is going to fail hard after 1 month of play. People want PvP, not PvE in Rainbow. They did that Outbreak Halloween update after a drought. Yeah, I agree, but it's a standalone game, and I think it's going to be like $30 or $40. And it's not just that game mode. That game mode was not the best. It was literally just horde mode. It was like zombies in Call of Duty, essentially. You just couldn't board up walls and stuff, but you had the ability to heal each other and you had stuff to do. But what I would like to say about that is that you create a game around that atmosphere, and then we'll see what they implement to keep people going. Because if it's different levels and campaign and, it's 4 players and stuff like that, maybe it becomes something. I'm hoping this is their game release instead of another Ghost Recon. Because while Breakpoint was a decent game, after numerous updates and numerous changes, Breakpoint is still just kind of mediocre. I was hoping for something that's a little bit better. So,
Which got my mind churning. When is Dying Light 2 supposed to be releasing here?
December 7th.
Yep, that's my honorable mention. Dying Light 2. I've been waiting for this game for almost 6 years now. 6 years for Dying Light.
6 years now.
I've gone so far to play the first game that I got Kami involved. I got Reverie involved.
Twice.
I've got Rascal involved. I got my wife involved. Man, like I've bought the game on every system that I own. Like I've played the game numerous times from start to finish. We just finished the following campaign, like a couple months ago? No, like a month ago. To see like the 2 final endings. Like I can't wait. And then like not only that, but the current conspiracy theory about who is hunting you is awesome. And I can't wait to see if that's true or not. So yeah, no, that's definitely my honor. That's what I was saying earlier. Like I had another one, but I think this game is like kind of what I'm more thinking about right now.
Yeah, like I'm completely and utterly stoked for that game.
I
can't wait.
And I'm glad they confirmed co-op, because that was something we were kind of worried about because they never showed previews or anything about it. And speaking of co-op, here's an honorable mention fuck up. How are you going to release a Halo game with no co-op campaign?
At launch. At launch.
No. At launch, yeah. But they say a lot of things about at launch. The Master Chief Collection was supposed to release at launch and actually be playable. It was not.
All right, yeah, we don't.
It was like 8 months in, you still couldn't play the game, and you owned it. Like, it just made no sense. Like, I have no faith in this game. They have to prove me wrong.
So,
huh? What was that?
I didn't have any issues with the Master Chief Collection. So,
yeah, because you waited until it came out on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about when it came on Xbox. The game you could not play the game for the first 8 months, and multiplayer did not work. Literally, you bought the game and could not play it. So then, not only that, but then Halo 5 comes out, and that's a mess. Like, I only want to play it today.
I still haven't finished it.
Neither have I. And I've had that game since it came out. It's so upsetting. Like, I have little to no faith that Microsoft is going to be able to do their job here. It sucks.
I think it'll be all right.
The only game they're good at releasing is Forza. Let's be real. I'll give them Gears. I will give them Gears. Because Gears has not been, like, Gears 5 was probably one of their most played Gears games. And, you know, even though we played the campaign and we quit that, like, we didn't even finish it. But, like, Gears 4, amazing. Like, I thought it was great, but it's the same story. It's the same characters. You know, it's JoJo Fantasy, you know, with guns. It's, I mean, it's what it feels like.
I will say that I got deeply betrayed by the Sony Direct.
Did you? So? What happened?
I look up at the screen and I see a female protagonist with ridiculously long black hair and black boots. And my mind instantly goes, they're remaking Bayonetta.
Oh, no. No.
It's Eve. And it looks wonderful.
Yep. So here's the thing, right?
Let's go.
Is that betrayal, or is that maybe a new waifu for you? You know what I mean?
Well,
See?
Look, I'm not shy. I've got waifus.
So Bayonetta is, I think, currently exclusively Nintendo right now, because it was on other systems at one point, but I think Nintendo took over the Bayonetta contracts.
So if it comes exclusively on Switch,
I think one released on PlayStation though, didn't it?
Yeah, one Bayonetta on everything, and then two was exclusively Nintendo.
Yeah, but we don't. So here's the thing, James. Like, when you think console, like, if you can't really include PC in the conversation, because PC really doesn't sit in, like, the console war. And I'm not saying that to be negative, but, like, that's like saying, well, PlayStation put out a game solo. Well, it's coming to PC. Well, yeah, like, it should come to PC. Like, that makes sense. But a PlayStation game going to Xbox would be kind of weird, right? Like, so it, like, we're kind of on the assumption that most games are just gonna be on PC. If they don't go to PC, like, it's just a weird thought at this point with Microsoft kind of cross-playing everything.
Yeah.
So, but I think Bayonetta's exclusive Nintendo, and I think people were expecting a new Bayonetta game, and it just never happened. Just kind of like how, you know, all these other games that haven't happened.
Only thing is, like, the end
Metroid
of Bayo
4
2 sets up for 3, and that's what everybody's waiting.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, what sucked was they released the Bayonetta collection on Switch, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is the precursor to number 3 coming out." That was like 4 years ago.
Yeah. But, you know, being anime fans, we didn't speak about the one.
Oh,
yeah. Coming up.
Yeah, go ahead, James. Go ahead and tell them about it.
Forspoken. So it looks it looks really good. Like, I don't know how I feel about it, but it looks really good. So
I agree.
My thing with it looking good is because that's the game that Epic used to showcase the Luminous engine, and that's part of the reason why it looks so good. This is the very front runner of Unreal 6. It looks fantastic. I'm cool with the isekai, but I don't know if it's going to actually be good because it looks like other games we've played. It looks like Infamous, but
Yep.
we used a woman protagonist and we took some different elements from Spellbreak.
It's Spellbreak plus not Infamous. So Infamous Second Son, the chick with the light powers. That's exactly what it is.
The DLC from that,
Yeah. I forget what the DLC was called, but like that. Remember I said the other day, like this reminds me of Second Son. Like it's unfortunately anime games fall in this weird gap of games where like I just automatically write them off.
So
and
I'm not going to write it off only because it's not.
Well, Bandai
it's
Namco?
not an anime game. It's just using the popular anime genre right now.
Sure.
Yeah. That and it's Square Enix.
Sure.
So
sure.
But
I mean,
being Square Enix, I'm like,
the
graphics don't scream Square Enix to me.
Yeah, they
Right.
do. They do for me.
The problem is that you can't give Square Enix that much credit. Though I love to give them credit because they have 13 really good games. Every game outside of that group of really good games are absolutely terrible. Like, it's either they're bad, they're supported badly, or they just forgot about them and they're on a shelf somewhere. Like, people still play this game. Oh, that's great. And they just turn around and keep putting more money into Final Fantasy VII. Like,
that's fine, honey.
If
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not Final Fantasy or Tomb Raider or Final Fantasy spinoff like Kingdom Hearts or The World Ends With You.
Yeah, they pat you on the head and go, yeah, that's nice. I'm glad you like it. Look at Outriders, James. Look at Outriders.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
I was
I don't
really
know.
hoping that there was going to be more to that game, and it just
Kayla, I don't know if you know about Outriders, right?
But yeah.
So it's a Square. It's like Destiny, right? It's like Square Enix version of Destiny, but instead of guns, you have more super. Well, it's Destiny, but in third person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that there was this glitch that happened in the game, right, where if you were part of the, I want to say like 20% of players had their characters deleted.
Oh no!
I logged in. And my character was one of those characters that was deleted. James had a character that was deleted. Corey was lucky; his character did not get deleted.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So no, I did have two. Also, because remember, we both remade characters, and they just poof. So they were like, "Hey, we're gonna fix this." 2 months later, Kayla, 2 months later, they restored my character. James was like, hey, I got my character back and I got all my stuff and I got some extra legendaries. I was like, oh, that's cool. Let me log in and see what's going on. I had nothing.
Oh, no.
Everything was gone. I had to start from scratch on the character.
Levels.
Yeah. This is a fundamental problem of Square Enix games, and we're having that problem with one of my current most played games, which is Marvel Avengers, another Square game that is great and is fun to play. And then they went, okay, guys, like we got this other project we got to work on. So
bye.
We'll see you later and blame it on COVID, you know? Yeah. I mean, they were supposed to release the character Spider-Man for the game December. The one that just passed.
It was February.
Was it February? I thought they said Christmas 2021, I thought.
They said Christmas to February. It was supposed to be in that window.
So we expected Christmas, right? Because that would have been the Christmas present, right?
Top tier.
Yeah. They have not talked about Spider-Man since.
Oh, no.
I think he's briefly mentioned in the new roadmap.
I didn't even notice him in the new roadmap. They just released Black Panther, which they had to stave off because unfortunately Chadwick Boseman passed away. And as a good company they should not capitalize on his death, and they did a great job pushing everything back, which extended the content dead air of the game. So they finally brought new content out, but the community is already dead. So they killed their own game again.
Yeah.
So
But
that's what I'm.
it was good
That's
content.
but you know what? It was, and
was
you know,
good
I'll hop
content.
in once in a while and play and stuff like that, and I'm good with it. I'm fine with it, but that doesn't mean it's not right. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that it's not wrong. But to James's credit, I agree. The game looks great. It has a story that was able to pull the three of us in that short trailer, and we were like, "Oh shit! Like this is a game that we would all want to buy." It looks fantastic, but there's just like this thing in the back of my head that's going, "Yeah, this is going to be one of those games that you're just going to wait to go on sale because if not, you're going to cry. You're going to be upset."
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those games that just it's going to spark. It's probably going to be one of those games that like the streamers try out for like that first like 2 weeks after launch, and it becomes like the number one game on Twitch or something like that, and then it just dies because everyone's
Done with it.
beat it or something like that.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's a single player game, so it's not multiplayer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it looks super fun to play.
Wiggly wanted to be pulled into the chat to talk about Deathloop. He called it Dishonored Loop.
That's my
I
thing.
agree. The thing
They're
about
selling it off of Dishonored.
Yeah,
That's not enough.
I like the aesthetic of Deathloop though.
The aesthetic
Like,
is nice. Yes.
yeah, I like the aesthetic. I like the music. The powers or whatever that we've seen so far look good.
Those powers
Like-
are from Dishonored, though.
Well,
They're literally the
I
exact
know,
same powers.
I know.
and it's not the same studio making it, so
It's a Bethesda studio.
is it?
Yes.
Ah,
That's the controversy. The controversy was that because Bethesda was purchased by Microsoft, everybody thought Deathloop was going to then be an Xbox game, but they held the contract of exclusivity, so it's not going to happen. But now we don't get Starfield on PlayStation, so you know, it is what it is. Don't want to talk. Just trying to listen. Oh, he said that he has a delay, so he wanted to hear it as we talked about it, as opposed to with the chat. I am sorry, my dude. I do want to interject here and thank first off Lulu because she did this really dope thing where she made some new emotes for the channel, which look fantastic. I haven't added the latest one she sent me. I have to add it. The problem is, guys, is that we, without your help, cannot unlock the emotes because I don't have enough emote slots. Drop us your Twitch Prime sub if you got it. Every sub counts, every follow counts, every viewer counts. But when it comes to unlocking the new emotes for use, it's all due to sub count. So if you have a Twitch Prime sub you haven't used yet and you feel like using it, please try to use it here. That way we can get it unlocked so we can add those new emotes. I don't like putting them behind like higher tier paywalls, but like if it's the only way that I can activate the emotes, you're going to see them listed under higher tier subs, which is not what I want to do. So if you're feeling generous, hit the sub button. If not, hit the follow button at least and come back and check us out. We'll be here every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with new topics to talk about. Now, time to go into my favorite subject. What topic did we bring today? And I'm going to start it today because I got a spicy one. We're going to go round robin for this one, okay? The first person that can think of what I'm going to ask, right? The person that went before them has to come up with a negative for the thing that the question is about. Example, I'm going to ask you all this question. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? Then the person that went before you has to come up with its negative effect. Example, you asked for the power to be able to dig holes. And then I would say, except they collapse on you after 45 seconds or something like that. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's just this. We don't want to make them.
stipulation, not finding a negative with it.
Well, like, yeah. So, like, it's the example I gave Kami earlier was, okay, you can have any any one car in the world is your only car, right? I told him to pick a car. He says a car. I was like, okay, cool. You have that car, but it's got a 7-day cooldown every time you use it.
Yeah, so you're putting stipulations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stipulation,
So-
negative. I mean, tomato, tomato. You know what I mean?
Well, negative would be like, okay, well, you're digging a hole. Well, okay. Negatively, potentially, you can cause a collapse of a building with it.
No, I'm saying, but like
Putting
a negative would be.
A stipulation is, but every time you make a hole, it falls in on you. That's a stipulation.
Also pretty negative. Like, what if it collapses on your head? That's pretty fucking negative,
Okay,
dog.
well, I can put a positive stipulation. I can go invisible anytime I want.
Quickly say,
Okay.
Like-
2 inches on the platano.
Oh my god! Every time you use it, 2 inches are gone. Oh god, I would cry. I would legit cry. All right, so, because nobody would go after me, I'll start. James can pick my powers negative effect. Okay. If I could have any power, and this is a very controversial topic because, we've all watched like My Hero and stuff, right? So we know that like selecting a power, that power can then be modified into doing other things, right? So my power wouldn't necessarily be time manipulation. It would be the manipulation of gravity.
Okay.
Okay. So stipulation is it turns everything into a black hole whenever you use it.
So you mean like I destroy the universe as soon as I use it?
Exactly. Anytime
That's
you
not.
use your
That
power,
is
just
more than a negative.
That's a stipulation. I mean,
One time use. Damn.
Yeah, he is literally nerfed.
You can choose it.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Damn. That's upsetting. All right, Corey, your turn.
You would have a negative platinum.
Oh my god.
Wait a
Oh
minute, didn't
my-
I ban that word? No.
I thought you did. I thought it did get
No,
banned at one point.
I unbanned it.
All right,
No,
all
no,
right.
no. I got you. I would like teleportation.
Okay. However, every time you teleport, the orientation in which you land is never what you expect.
Oh fuck. Wait, so if I always expect to land on my neck, then I'm good?
You might land on your ankle.
Oh, busted ankle, man. I need that.
No, you can teleport. You don't need that ankle anymore, dog.
Infinite
ankles are for
teleportation.
Ankles are for transportation. You now have unlimited transportation. All right, Lulu.
Teleport everywhere.
Okay, so I would choose my power.
Mm-hmm.
The power to fly.
Oh man, here we go. Here you go.
I the first thing that came to mind, because I'm immature apparently, is that you have to power it using flatulence. That's the first
See?
thing that came to mind. So
I'm the perfect age for this power.
let's
See,
go.
I like that. See, I like that. I like that. I like that. All right. Rev. Kami has teleportation with lag.
The ability to read thoughts.
Oh no. Oh no. Why would you want that? That's terrible. Then everybody's talking all the time.
Right.
All right, Lulu, pick out his negative.
But you can only read them when you are in a bathtub.
That's exactly where I was like, we're going somewhere with this. I like it.
I would have said he can only read them when he has an empty stomach.
Oh,
Could you imagine? Oh, I really want Wendy's today, but I need to know what my boss is thinking. Damn it.
am I getting this promotion or not? What do I need
Oh
for it?
man. Right. All right.
Oh,
Okay, that
man.
was great. Okay, who's got the next topic?
Wait, hold on. Wiggly says you can only read the thoughts of the Indian dudes on Instagram comments.
No.
Oh man,
No.
can he understand what they're saying, or is it just in their own dialect and he doesn't know what they mean?
Does he have auto translation?
Dude, having the auto translate power would be pretty dope. Yeah. All right.
Man.
Whose topic is next?
Who went first last time?
I mean, I went first last time.
Not you.
I think James went first last time because he did favorite fast food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and Wiggly ran. I got you. What is your go-to album or soundtrack when you need something to listen to?
Oh, flipping it to music. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this.
I'm not gonna answer first this time. You know,
Yeah.
somebody's gonna hit me with a banger.
I'll pass as well. It's on James and Kayla.
I usually just reach for Apocalyptica.
Okay. Give me
So-
something. Give me a track name, something, because we always look for some new good music to listen to.
Let me.
If you want to listen to good music, make sure to join the Discord. We have a music session channel, and we run music listening sessions every day.
Every day.
Um,
Maybe not the weekends.
Yeah, true.
Let me see. It's the last time I pulled them up.
Hey,
'Cause
man.
they're in a number of different like mixes that I put together.
Time out. Larry Kidd in the Facebook popping in out of fucking nowhere. Ace of Base, the sign, mic drop. Oh man.
Where is, I know it's a Metallica song that I usually grab. Oh wait, hold on. I actually have it in my Bard music thing.
Oh man.
Is it Master of Master? What is it? What was the song? Can't think of the name of it.
It's no.
Master of Puppets.
No.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Sandman?
It is
One.
Metallica. Nothing Else Matters.
Ah, and nothing else
And
matters.
they play with a cello and a violin.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Top
All
tier.
right.
Top tier.
Lulu, what's your go-to other than kids music? You're not allowed to cop out.
And Baby
Well, like
Shark.
what type of mood are we going here? Because like depending on what my mood is, that's going to depend on what my go-to song is.
What is your default? Like if you need to turn on music right this second, what is the first thing you go to?
If I'm honest, it's probably because I'm doing art, so I'm going to put on something some instrumental of some kind. Anime soundtracks are really good for it.
Yeah.
Inuyasha soundtrack on point.
I was literally about to say, give me a show.
There you go. That's perfect.
Gotta hit that Bokutachi wa.
Well, Corey, you're with me 9 times out of 10 when I'm in Discord listening to music when I need something, but it just the same thing. It's about the mood. It depends on what I'm doing too. Like if I'm doing work stuff, I need something to help me like focus because I am very scatterbrained. So like I need something like a lo-fi hip hop or like you said, classical music. It could be anything instrumental that I have to listen to. If it's got words, I'm singing along, I'm humming. I'm not totally focused. If I had to pick something right now, just because it's like, I mean, it's a video game album, but it's one of my favorite albums right now is a Persona 5 album. 100%.
Yes.
Like I can listen to that all day, all night, whenever. I'm pretty sure Rev is tired of fucking hearing it because for like a good 3 months. Dun, 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 dun.
You better stop before she gets nightmares.
Yeah. So, quick story. It was funny. So I fell asleep or I was going to bed and I was putting on some music, she can't have music that she recognizes the lyrics to because it'll keep her up. She'll, be humming or whatever. So I typically play lo-fi or video game music to go to sleep. So this particular night, I was like, I'm gonna play the Persona 5 soundtrack, and you can do rain sounds in the background. And so it's like lo-fi Persona 5 rain or whatever. And for some reason, not for some reason, YouTube will autoplay. So it played the first song, and then the second song was a 3-hour loop of Beneath the Mask. And literally, she told me she just now has nightmares every time she hears that song.
I love that song so much.
She woke me up literally in the middle of the night. Turn that song off. I'm like, what are you talking about? What happened? I look over, I was like, why is this for 3 hours?
The funny thing is, I know exactly which video you're talking about because it goes between the version with the lyrics and without the lyrics.
Larry in the chat says, Samurai Flamenco Season 1 intro is a banger.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, there you go. Now you have yet another one. What is your go-to? I mean, I probably already know, but go ahead.
No, actually. So I have two that I keep in a heavy rotation. The first one actually is Flower Boy, from Tyler the Creator. That's my hip hop go-to. I listen to that album at least once a month because it's that good to me. Or I'll listen to Cannibal by Bury Tomorrow, which is also another one that's probably at least once a month. So you either get hip hop, or weird hip hop, or some dude screaming at you about killing people. One of the two. One of the two.
Yeah.
Balance.
Depends. If I'm sad, I'm gonna listen to one. If I'm happy, I'm listening to the other one. It depends.
Or just mix it up, just kind of like make your
know?
emotions roller coaster a little bit.
Yeah, it's cool. Put them on shuffle. Sorry.
All right, Lulu and James, who's next on the bring your own topic?
It's something I've actually been thinking about all day. It's been bothering me a lot.
Oh,
what is a welcome mat for? Like, why do they exist? Like, most of us are antisocial, but we have like mats out front of our door or signs, and they say welcome. And does that mean like I don't have to knock? How welcome am I? Should I take off my shoes or should I keep them on? Like,
oh yeah,
yeah, it's a Southern thing, and it's what is it? It's a Southern woman thing where they want to have that there so that you says welcome,
but you're not.
But you not, yeah.
I'm a Southern woman, right, James?
Yeah, no. But if you are welcome, then no, you're West Virginia. That ain't South.
I was
South enough.
I grew up. I spent the first part of my life in North Carolina.
Oh yeah, that's pretty damn South, my dude.
So
I have the rich aunt with the accent.
Here's my thing, right? I agree with Lulu on the welcome thing. Because when you put one outside, nobody uses it to wipe their feet. Have you ever seen somebody stop at your front door and wipe their feet on a welcome mat ever?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, if you do, it's because you're a weirdo. You know what I mean?
Well damn. Okay.
No, not in the negative. I don't think the word weirdo covers it. You're an outlier is the word I'm looking for. You're an outlier. You're not the typical. Exactly, an outlier. That's what I'm saying. You ever Kami knows because he works at a university. When they walk into the building and there's these big black mats on the ground, do they wipe their feet or do they just keep walking and drag all the shit through the whole school? You know what I mean? Like in Japan, people walk to the front door, they take their shoes off, put the slippers on, and then walk through the house because they got some goddamn respect and some home training. You know what I mean? Welcome mats are literally just a, hey guys, somebody lives here and they may or may not shoot you upon entry. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it means in America and absolutely probably nothing else. I'll see Mudrova. Welcome to the stream. Come see us on Twitch TV.
It's used to hide the spare key.
No. That's too obvious. That's too obvious. You can't do
You gotta
that.
make them work for it.
Yeah, you got to.
Wiggly in the chat said it's it's a vampire Illuminati tricking white women into letting them in. That's what they're for.
Not wrong.
It's like, hey, technically, you've already welcomed me into your abode, so I can enter. I say they're definitely for wiping your feet, because that's what I use them for. I don't also use any welcome mats that say welcome, because for real, I don't want you here. And if I do want you here, I opened the door for you already, so don't worry about it.
Can I ask you a
In
question?
current times, it's where you put my food when I order something, because we want that contactless delivery.
Could you imagine Dracula having a conversation in the 1800s, right? And he's like, "How could we trick people to let them in their house?" And he goes, "I have the perfect plan. Welcome mats." And then the anime ends, right? Like, that's kind of how it feels to me. Like, it makes me feel like the plot of like the worst anime of all time. Of all time. But he's not absolutely incorrect. I think it's hilarious. Like, that was a good one. I appreciate that one. But yeah, I mean, welcome mats are used as decor, right? People like interior and exterior decor. Like, who's the wreath on the front door for? It's not for the people that live inside, right? You put up Christmas lights. You see them when you leave and come back. Otherwise, you're spending money on electricity to entertain and show people a good time. Welcome mats are essentially the same thing. It's just another way to show your personality. And yeah, I agree. Like, they're pretty pointless. Like, people don't really use them as intended. And if they do, by the time, the month is over, it's not welcome anymore. It's like, well, because it's muddy and shit because they're wiping their feet on it if they're doing what they're supposed to. But yeah, no, I 100% agree. We use boot brushers for that in coal country. Oh, well, all right then. Yeah. Larry in the chat is in cold country. I can attest to that. So, okay. Rev.
Hello.
All right, here we go. So what? Oh my gosh, where's my phone?
That was a real inopportune time to get a phone call.
Your phone is in your pocket.
No, it was an alarm.
I read The Hobbit. I know this one.
After all COVID's done, where do you want to go and take a trip? Camping, otherwise, vacation.
You can camp without COVID.
Well, I know.
All right. Who wants to start?
Where do I want to go? Shit.
James, why don't you start us off?
You should only have one answer.
And one answer only. And if it's wrong, I'm coming to your house. I'm going to ball tag you.
I want to go to the West Coast.
Oh, my God.
I definitely want to come back. I want to come back. Yeah, definitely gonna have to set that up and then like do like a camping trip weekend type of thing. Go out to like First Landing or something. Chill out.
We wouldn't go somewhere boring like First Landing, dude. We would go somewhere actually fun.
Yeah, bro, we're going out to the Cascades or something, dog.
All right, let's go to the Devil's Butthole. Like, let's do something fun. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's like I said.
Devil's Bathtub. Devil's Bathtub, my bad.
Yeah, that's not what that's called, but all right.
We could do the land bridges too. Take a trip through there, hiking. Go up to the Blue Ridge or the Appalachians.
I don't mean to take over your answer, but if you do come and we planned a trip, we should go where me and Stephanie went for a honeymoon, because the place we rented had how many beds? Like 6 beds.
Yeah, it was like 6 beds when I looked it up. Yeah,
we paid $1,200 for a room that had 6 available cots, beds, bunk beds, pullouts, and like it was on the top of a mountain, and it was hot outside, but we still got snow. We didn't even leave the cabin. It was fantastic. And across from there is Grandfather Mountain, and a grandfather mountain, they have a sky bridge, and you can hike that and walk across the bridge and camp out on the mountain. Absolutely
cool.
insane, inexpensive trip. And if you split it with enough people, like if we went to go do something and you want to do something camping and we're going on a trip, 100% that's where I would say we should go. Especially if it's like around wintertime. Because remember, North Carolina, but because it's high elevation, it feels like you're up north. Fantastic. Sorry, didn't mean to interject. But yeah. So that's my answer. But yeah. We'll go there. We'll do that. You know?
2 for 1 special right there, huh?
Yeah.
Next up.
Lulu's coming to Virginia too, bro. Don't let her fool you.
Yeah. She's coming to hang out with the boys. Let's go.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Totally.
Like, yeah, I'm totally going to Italy. Screw these dudes.
Right.
Anime conventions.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how long it's been since I've seen weebs in their natural environment?
Oh man, have you not been to Limsa
like,
yet since you've
I was
gotten on
about to say,
Final
like,
Fantasy?
4 minutes because you're here.
Right.
This is a weeb in his natural environment right here. You see the weeb shit back there?
I do see the weeb shit, but you are missing the outfit.
He's
you're
probably
right,
wearing
yeah.
harem pants right now.
TikTok has been my only outlet. I have gone to TikTok to see real cosplayers. Sad. Really sad.
Yeah. Conventions are definitely a thing that I'm
You might
sure
get
people are
lucky.
missing out on. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
We had Otakon come back, and we've had a few cons come back here, but I'm of the camp like, so we went. All right, full disclosure, we went to a gun show yesterday, and that was weird because it's not very full. There's not a lot of people there, though it does feel like a lot of people since over the last year. I'm
Yeah.
sure these conventions have been a lot more packed. But even going to that right now, it feels weird, man. It feels weird being around that many people. And like I didn't wear a mask. I'm vaccinated, but at the same time, I was like, man, like
I felt
should
like I should have worn
I
my
should have
mask.
had my mask the whole
Yeah.
time. Yeah. So conventions right now are a thing, but it's just not. It just doesn't feel safe. Not at
Yeah.
all.
Like
They just opened up concert halls
They-
out
Oh,
here.
Nope.
there are too
So-
many people that are refusing or just not getting the vaccine for me to like take my daughter around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, but like concerts, man, people are jumping around, screaming, yelling, moshing, jumping around, you know. Like I could understand like if you went to a movie theater, because I have been going to the movies. And to be fair, like if you're worried about going to movie theaters right now, it's fine because most of the showings that I've been to, even like weekend opening Marvel movies, the theater is usually like 1/3 full. I'm talking like I'm in a Dolby, theater, and there are open seats everywhere. Like it's
The
been
main theater out here actually took out every other row.
that's
when they were-
fantastic. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. I've been in a theater where I've sat next to another couple, but like, you just kind of like lean over away from them and, they lean away from you and, like,
Extra car to be like, hey.
yeah, right, exactly. It's like, it hasn't been terrible. And I was an unfortunate case that when COVID hit, I didn't work from home like everybody else to start. I first got laid off. And then I've been looking for work, and then I got a job, and I was on base every single day. If there was errands that needed to be ran, the girls, it was better for them to stay in the house. If I could go, I would go instead, And I would wear a mask. I would, sanitize and, spray the doorknobs walking in the house, spray the doorknobs walking out of the house, sanitizer in the car, wipes everywhere. And I mean, I don't typically get sick, so I don't usually fear stuff like that. But I mean, like the numbers speak volumes, and until COVID clears up, I think avoiding a lot of that stuff is just
The move. Yep.
yeah. Especially because like anime conventions get packed, and people already get sick going to those things. Man, everybody leaves with con cough
crud.
The
or
cough,
con
yeah.
crud. Yeah, like if it wasn't for like those things having already been happening, I'd have like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll give it a chance. But no, everybody's just already sick. Like,
Yep.
no, I'm good. But yeah, no, I 100% agree. Like, I would love to be able to go out and do more stuff because lately I've felt that cabin fever. So I'm with you there, Lulu. Like a con would be dope. 100%.
But a
Have you
safe con.
Yeah.
have you been to like SDCC or any big cons?
I've been to, I want to say it's called Anime USA out in California.
Ooh, yeah, I
That
heard
was
that was
pretty
pretty
big. And I never want to go back. Uh,
Was it too weeby for you?
there was just too many people.
Yeah.
Like I remember there was at one point where I was exhausted and I just wanted somewhere to sit down, and you couldn't even sit down like and put your back against a wall because
so many
like
people.
security would come and be like, no, you've got to get up and move. There's too much foot traffic. You're a fire hazard.
Mm.
And I NecoCon is about as big as maybe Katsu. Katsu would be like my happy medium
Yeah.
size for a convention. But yeah, I've been to Anime USA and I've been to the one down in North Carolina.
Dude, NecoCon at the Gaylord, top tier.
I've never been with it in the Gaylord. It was still in that weird place in Virginia Beach.
The convention center down by the beach.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I saw NecoCon, that's where it was.
Yeah, I've been to Tidewater Comic Con there before, not Neko, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Gaylord is a really awesome place to go. If you've never been, it's like this open air hotel. Oh, so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Katsu
its own little
in
island
there.
of like shops and then this big ass hotel, and you can walk
Mhm.
around, and there's just like, what are they called?
Gazebo?
No, it's what you put the gazebo in. Can't think of it.
We'll come
that
back
one
to you.
thing. Yeah.
That thing in
It's
that place,
basically the yard. Basically, what is it called?
courtyard.
Courtyard?
Courtyard. There we go. Courtyards everywhere. There's the
Yep.
and then on top of that, it's surrounded by water, of course. So they've got a few docks out there too.
Sounds dope.
I know they've done a little bit of construction last time since I've been there, so it should be wildly different since the last time I've seen it. So, but it was good.
I haven't been in a few
Very
years, so I
enjoyable.
don't know what has and what
Mhm.
hasn't changed. But that place is pretty awesome.
Mhm.
Who did we? Oh, Corey.
Where am I trying to go?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to go somewhere. I'm just trying to go camping. That's
Yeah.
really it. Like the itch has been growing. So as long as I can just get out for a weekend, that's all I'm looking forward to.
And it'll start getting cooler at night.
Right. But like,
Yep.
you know, actually out somewhere, you know, I don't really have a whole lot of places I really want to go to. I was supposed to go to Pittsburgh, so maybe there. Maybe New York. I might have to go there for some work. So we'll see what happens.
New York.
You know, depending on where, I'll stop by and see you.
All
Been
right.
there, lived there, got shot at. You know, got the
You know, live the
T-shirt.
life. Live the
Yeah.
life.
I was a 6-year-old latchkey kid in New York. Yeah.
Hey man,
Yeah.
stop telling people that.
No. That's my
You
story,
gotta
and I'm
get
sticking
people
to it.
hemmed up, bro.
Hey, let them get hemmed up, dog. You know what I mean? That's fine. That's fine. All right. Well, wait, there's a T-shirt? Yeah. There's a T-shirt. In the About Me section of the twitch.tv/NinjaTwan channel, there's actually now a new store. Thanks to the credit of Lulu, she put me on the Redbubble train, so I went ahead and dropped a bunch of stuff down there. So there's T-shirts, hoodies, hats, blankets, tapestries, all kinds of Squad logoed merchandise. And if you actually want some Squad merchandise with some more intricate logo stuff on there, my Streamlabs is also linked in the description below if you're on Twitch, guys. Hey, everybody.
That was a good segue.
Yeah. I want to say thank you to everybody that came and watched. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the follows. If you haven't yet, make sure to smash that follow button. If you enjoy the show and you want to hang out with us more often, we also in the About Me section have a Discord link. We'd love to have you. We are a reckless bunch of miscreants who like to talk about games and anime and music and EDC and financial advice and all kinds of random stuff. So if you guys want to come chat, talk, and have a conversation, you're more than welcome to come do that. Also, I want to say thanks for being here. Have a great night, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Deuces.
Yeah, yeah. Hey Bigums, you see that new emote, bro? That's the salute emote, you know? You gotta use that. Go ahead and use that. You know, go ahead.